Okay, so let's go. Let's do the map editor actually. All right, let's do map editor. Here you see we can choose between the sunny map, the north map, and the tropical map. Let's do tropical. I'm feeling a little bit tropical today, right? Now, one thing you will realize is that that load time was extremely quick. That is because I have this on a solid state drive, so if you install it on a normal hard drive, then you might have slightly lower load times. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Now, this next part I'm going to kind of speed through because I think they're pretty self-explanatory, but I still want to show it to you. Here you have your terrain tools. You have the shift tool, you have the level tool, you have the soften tool, and then here's the slope tool. You know, so if you use the shift tool, excuse me, to change this, you can do blah blah blah. So you can shift it. Now, if you keep holding it down, that changes the intensity at which it shifts. Here you'll see this seems to be like the maximum height that the terrain can go. Which might, like that looks a little small, but when you zoom in here, it actually is pretty huge. So now here's a good time to test out the soften tool. So we just do the soften tool, and that just softens out all of the edges. That's pretty self-explanatory. Now let's do the level tool to just erase everything we just did. Okay, there we go. Then we have the natural resources. Here's the ore, here's the oil, and then here is the fertile land. So you go here, you just do the same, you just paint the land with the ore. Here's the oil, you paint the land with the oil, and then let's have all around here is the fertile land. That's pretty easy, that's self-explanatory. As you probably noticed by now, I am probably the least creative person you'll ever meet, so take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to all this creative stuff in the map editor. Here you can choose your trees. You can do palm trees, blah blah blah. Now, they have said that the type of trees you can use will depend on the map type. So, like, obviously, these are palm trees because we're in the tropical map. That's pretty cool. Now, there is a 250,000 tree limit. It's really not a problem. I think I calculated it. I think one tile is about 15,000 trees. So you'll have more than enough trees. Yeah, you see, it's about 15,000. Okay. One of the coolest features of this is the height maps. You can import them from Photoshop or whatever software, like World Creator or whatever that one is. Here's one height map I found online. I will send you the link if you want it. So let's click import. That was really quick. That was awesome. All right. Now, it looks a little weird right now. That's because we don't have sea level, okay? So all we do is we change the sea level. We go to water, do move sea level, and then slowly creep this up. Now, one thing I have noticed is that you have to slowly move the sea level, because if you spike it up really quick, it's going to flood your whole map, and, well, it's going to just screw everything up. I don't know if they will fix that when it launches, but that seems to be a problem I have encountered. That could be because the water, I heard, is simulated in real time, and maybe the intensity of it has to do with how fast you move it. I don't know. It seems that there's something wrong. Hopefully it gets fixed. So I'm just creeping up the water level until water spawns like that, because I don't want it to flood the whole map. I'm going to add a little bit more, actually. Maybe 293. And then you see it spawns. Let's do 300. Let's do 304. Do I want to do a little bit more? I kind of 315. 316. Still should do. So let's bump it to 330 a little bit. I actually think that looks pretty good. I mean, I could increase it a little bit more. I actually think I will, because I want this part to be filled out. There, I actually think that should be good. Now, you see, this is really cool because you can paint the fertile land so that it's right next to the water, because that's obviously, that's sort of realistic, you know, that's how it works in real life. So that's what I'm going to do right now, fertile land everywhere. So this is really cool. And then you just see, you could do that for the whole map if you want. I'm obviously just going to do a pretty rough job right now. Then if you want, like, up in these mountains, here's where all, like, the mining can happen. Then maybe over here towards the end of the map. Oh, there's a huge spot of oil right here. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, a few requirements of a map is you have to have some connections to the outside world. So you have to have a highway, a train, some shipping lanes, some lanes for a plane to fly over. So let's do that right now. So let's create a highway to, let's do the middle island, all right? So we're gonna do a highway here. Let's start from out here. Straight highway, long ass bridge, and there. It's already made. One thing I have realized is that, unlike SimCity, you can't change the type that this is. You know, you can't change it from like a suspension to something else. Hopefully we can fix that with mods, but if not, it's actually not that big of a deal. Then we have to create the other highway, because highways are one way depending on how you drag it. So there we go. That should be good. Then let's create a train. Let's do a rail. Let's do a curved rail, actually. So from here to here. Let's curve it around the mountain. Through the mountains. As you can see, it travels over water just fine. Okay, so we had a train through the mountains. That looks like a nasty turn. I should probably fix that. I won't. Let's do some shipping lanes. So, all right. So the shipping lane will obviously start from here. This. The water's not high enough or something over here, which is the issue. I don't think the water's high enough over there. That's fine. I could just change the water height. But if I wanted, I could just go over here. height. Let's have one go across the map from here to here. Heading. Alright, cool. Distance too short. Don't. I just have it. There we go. So we can do that, and then we can do one from here to here. Oh, there's two, and then yeah, so pretty much that's how creating a map works. It's fairly straightforward. You're gonna have to know what you want pretty far in advance, but some people are really into that, so I think that's really cool. As you can see here, the trains actually changed the terrain around it, so yeah, that was the map editor. It's pretty self-explanatory. The height maps are cool.